The admins are working on a massive mining update, but you need at least Heart of the Mountain 7 to access it. So I decided to do a bunch of research and found the best way to reach Heart of the Mountain 7. So in this video I'll be covering some strats that will allow you to speedrun to Heart of the Mountain 7 as quickly as possible. Again, we only have a few days until April 14th, so please sub. I wanna hit 30k before April 14th cause it's my birthday, and at 30k I'll do a Terminator giveaway. First, we'll be covering a slow but easy method. This method is really simple. All you have to do is grind 4 basic crystal hollows commissions every day. And the only setup you'll need for this is a gemstone gauntlet or pick a nimbus and an armadillo pet. Now here are the commissions I recommend you grind. Collect 1000 of any gemstone or slay 5 tests. They are the easiest ones because you'll only need like 2 or 3 veins even without any mining armor. The other easy one is breaking 1000 heartstone, and sometimes you may also get the loot 3 chests one with the heartstone one, which will allow you to complete 2 commissions at once. The next one I find really easy is grabbing the topaz crystal and killing yogs, as you can easily find both of them in the Khazad Doom. Basically for the topaz crystal you can just run away from the doom, which will reset the boss and restart its growing animation, and then you can simply yoink the crystal. Also, I've made a vid covering an insane money making method involving this strat. I'll link that in the description. Also, the yog spawn rate here is insane, so don't forget to do that as well. The other ones take a decent amount of time or resources, so just don't grind them. Also, never, and I mean never, grind Corleone for your dailies, because it'll take years before you can actually find the guy. Unless you're not actually looking for him, then yeah, you'll run into him eventually. But with this strat you should be able to get 5200 XP per day from less than 10 minutes of playtime, meaning you'll be Heart of the Mountain 7 in a month. Next, for people who can spend around an hour grinding for XP, which is what I personally followed, I recommend you simply grind commissions while also grinding the Nucleus. Now I may get comments saying how the Nucleus is terrible for XP, and yeah, it is. But the Nucleus is great if you combine it with commissions. If you want to, you can also grind Corleone, as there's actually a mod that will allow you to find him easily. I'll talk about it later in the video. Give me watch time. Also, setting up lobbies for Nucleus runs wastes a lot of time, and since you'll only be grinding for an hour, just do the tasks, warp back to the mines, claim your rewards, warp back to the hollows. I got around 80k XP doing this in around 7 hours. Now you might be wondering why I did this. Well, I actually tried setting up lobbies, but yes, again, you should be able to get around 10 to 15k XP per hour and reach Heart of the Mountain 7 in about a week or less. But there is an issue with this method. In certain structures like jungle temples or the precursor city, I would sometimes waste valuable minutes looking for the entrance, so keep that in mind. I recommend you do proper Nucleus runs. Now, a lot of the methods in this video were taken from the Crystal Nucleus guide by Implodent. And yeah, even after a year, it's really good. So go check it out after this. But there were a few adjustments I decided to make. Now first, you need to gather supplies. The items you need are jungle keys that can be bought from Odawa for 100 sludge juice, obtained by killing the key guardian, or you can just buy it from the bazaar. Then you need robot parts, and the best place to grind them in my opinion is the precursor city. Also, there's actually a route you can follow to optimize your grinding. I'll link it in the description.
You can get more parts by powder mining with high mole,
or you could just buy them. But remember, some parts can get really expensive. Then you'll need to grind for the Mines of Divan tools. For this, I recommend getting 2 main mods, NEU that can be found from their Discord, and Soupy add-ons that can also be found from their Discord. Now with the mods, you should be able to find the exact location of the treasures. Also, some people recommend digging out the bottom and the pillars. But if you're grinding for Heart of the Mountain 7, you probably don't have the speed or gear, so just grind them normally. As in, stand still in F5 mode, right click, go to the waypoint, click on the chest, and rinse and repeat. Then once you get a set of 4, put them in your backpack. Next, you'll need goblin eggs. If you're Iron Man, I recommend grinding in the Dwarven mines for this, because you can get a lot more eggs there. But if you're not, just buy them, they're pretty cheap. Just make sure you don't buy the blue one. Now, since you don't have Heart of the Mountain 7 yet, you also probably don't have a pigeon. So connect all of your locations to the nucleus. To find the structures, you can either use Soupy, which has a lot of chords. Don't ask me how it got there. Nobody knows. Also, Soupy provides Corleone chords, making it actually viable to grind it. And honestly, Corleone is really fast. But if you don't want to use random mods, you can just use a wishing compass. But make sure you haven't collected any crystals. Now, all you have to do is make tunnels to each of the structures. Now for this, I recommend using bow bombs, because the path they make allows you to teleport. It also opens up gemstone veins and creates spawn locations for certain mobs. So you can just yoink them while grinding the nucleus, which will give you a lot more XP in the long run. Also, I recommend adding waypoints to the entrance and exit of each tunnel, because blocks close to structures are immune to bow bombs. So sometimes I'd have to spend multiple minutes looking for a small hole in the wall to exit, and sometimes I'd spend multiple minutes looking for the root entrance. Yes, but yeah, once you do that, you're done. Now here's an individual guide for each crystal. For Precursor and Jade, just give the items. But while grinding in the Precursor city, make sure you grab some automaton kills, as that place is swarming with them. For Topaz, you don't need to kill the boss. Just steal the crystal when the boss is still growing. But if it somehow doesn't work for you, use a Soul's Rebound and any short bow or Venom's Touch and Terror Armor to make quick work of the boss. Also, don't forget to farm Yogs there. Then for the Amber Crystal, well, get some eggs. Also, make sure you have a direct route from the Queen's area to the Crystal Nucleus, as you don't really need to visit the King that often, as the King's scent lasts for around 20 minutes, unless you fall into water. And finally, for the Amethyst Crystal, you can use Implodent Strat. You simply add and subtract coordinates to glitch directly under the crystal. Also, make sure you check your Y level, then just yoink. Also, you'll still need a jungle key though, as you'll need to open up the gates. And yeah, this method will save you a lot of time. Just make sure you build the hole close to the jungle temple, because if you don't, you're better off doing parkour. Also, make sure you grind sludges if you find them. But if you don't want to set up roots, then the Dwarven mines isn't actually that bad. According to some people in the mining cult, if you can get high enough titanium, insanium and mining speed, it is actually better than Crystal Nucleus commissions without Nucleus runs. But Nucleus running with commissions is by far the best method, and it's not even that expensive. I actually profited from the runs, because Divan frags are really expensive right now, and also Jadorals. So if you have stable ping and can play for a decent amount of time, just make roots and grind Nucleus runs. So if you follow all of my steps, you should be able to reach Heart of the Mountains. Wait, what? Again, if this video helped, please sub. I spent a lot of years of video thank you for watching my video. Like this, life, for new much more, also comment, comments.